Hi, this is Psych Readings by Andre, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do a prediction for you, let me know in the chat or the comments or wherever you like. Just a reminder that our show times and all that wonderful stuff is at our website at psychreadingsbyandre.com. So you always catch us when we're live. Okay, let's get started with today's show. I got a little cat scratch here, I think, or something like that. Okay. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've noticed that the cryptocurrency market is a little all over the place, and I thought we'd do a little bit of a reading on the cryptocurrency market, especially Bitcoin, for the last little while. As most of the information is coming out, it went down because of the Japanese yen and what was happening with that, which really scared the hell out of many of the American banking industry moving forward. So the Japanese were thinking of selling all their American bonds. If you don't know, Japan is one of the biggest purchasers of U.S. bonds and U.S. debt. Okay. So if Japan started to sell all of their U.S. bonds, North American economy would go. So there's a whole lot of things going on that could take down the American economy, and that is just one of them. Okay, and starting a fight with Iran and all that stupidity. Unfortunately, Bitcoin was supposed to be the thing that was separate from the traditional market. Unfortunately, they're both intertwined with one another. It's still a separate system, but people treat it as a stock or a bond or whatever that sort of thing goes. So, of course, today, Bitcoin went up today to 81,000 Canadian. What? 81,000? No, Canadian. So went right back up to what it had been for the last week or so. So we had that short little dip, and I think we did pick up on it. And I think there's going to be some more dips as we move along. So let's have a look at where Bitcoin is, the cryptocurrency market is headed for the next little while, as we're waiting for 59 USA for the Bitcoin. Still not bad. Way better than, what was it, 36,000 Canadian not that long ago, and shot up to 90. Why are you complaining? Seems that we're going to be having a little bit more pain as we move along for the next month or so. I still see a bull run coming on, even now the Federal Reserve and all them came out and did their hocus pocus and all that sort of thing, keeping everybody calm, right? I do see some downturns for the next little while. So some really good shopping opportunities for us out there for cryptocurrencies. And there's going to be a topic later on that we're going to be talking about. So according to the cards, I think the price is going to be pretty, it's going to have some downturns, but it's going to be kind of stable. I think we found that bottom where all the true Bitcoiners are still sitting. But I do think that a lot of things are going to be happening behind the scenes that are going to be propping up the Bitcoin market in a big way. And I think a lot of that is going to be BlackRock, and there's some other ETFs that are going to be launched very, very soon outside of the ones that just happened in Hong Kong. Okay, so a whole lot of things going on, a lot of great things going on, but people get spooked too easily. So I do think that Bitcoin is going to be doing okay overall. This is the time to buy, even with those wonderful low prices. And I do think it's going to be going up by December in a big way. Okay, let's get into the next thing. Starbucks. They're in a little bit of trouble. Now, watching the news today and all that sort of thing about the Starbucks stocks and all that sort of thing, that they're in deep doo-doo financially. So let's have a look at what the cards are saying about Starbucks going forward. Are they going to survive this situation, or are they going to be going the way of the dodo bird and going away? The wife thinks they're going to be okay and they're going to survive and thrive. Maybe they'll have to shut down a couple of establishments here and there just to keep everything running. Well, let's have a look. Oh. Now, how I read my cards. Okay, this is the health of everything. And the health is little, topsy-turvy and all that sort of thing. No emotional support coming for Starbucks, and they're not listening to the customer. All these woke companies should remember rule one when you're in business. The customer is always right. If you don't listen to that, customers go elsewhere. And this is the financial part of things. Okay, and this is the people that are behind. And of course, in the financial part of the reading is the death card. So they've already
just the stock, though, not the company.
Well, they're one in the same in a lot of ways. They're going to have to really pull up, like the economic ninja was saying today. Go look at him on YouTube. He's really good. They're going to have to stop selling burnt coffee at high prices and stop pushing their political beliefs on everybody. Then you can probably turn the company around. But it just means an abrupt change in direction for Starbucks. Yeah. Are they going to be changing their ways anytime soon? We got the King of Wands. I think they're going to continue with what they're doing. When you get so big, you stop seeing, you're kind of separated from the rest of the world and you don't live in the real world anymore. So you kind of are oblivious to the things happening around you. And I think that's where they're at. Okay. Kind of like Disney. They're not aware of why everything's falling apart because they separate themselves from the customer too much. And I think that's going to be the case for Starbucks. And I think they're going to be on a downward spiral for another 2 to 3 months until somebody goes, hey, stop what you're doing and actually move forward and have non-political stuff with your coffee. But for the next 2 months, I do think it's going to be going down in a significant way. Okay? That just came. Somebody else might be buying them out. Maybe it's Amazon. You never know. Are they going to be bought out by another corporation? That's a good question. So I just picked that up. I do think there's going to be somebody in the works that's going to be picking up the bill. Who exactly is? First thing that came to mind was Amazon. So could be something along those lines where Amazon probably picks up the bill for them and makes it worse, maybe. You never know. Okay, so hopefully that answers any questions. I don't think they're going to be dying fully, but they're going to be hurting a lot for the next year or so. Okay, let's get into the next one, the long game. Somebody in my comment section was talking about where I should be more careful about the things that I say to you, the viewer. And of course, I've always had the long game in mind. I think a lot of people think, unfortunately, that it's the short game. Bless you. Okay? So I'm never about the short game. That's why I don't do these small little cryptocurrencies that are coming out of the word work and all that sort of thing. I always look at the long game. It's years that I'm looking at, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is going to be the big winner. Okay. Yes, you may lose. Let's think of hockey, I guess. You got the games as you go along, or the battles. And you may win a couple, lose a couple, win a couple. But overall, the whole war is going to be won. Okay? The long game. So we always have to remember that as we're moving along. And when I do give predictions to you, that even now there's a little bit of a downturn like we had the other day, you have to think of it long term. It's not short term. Okay? If you bought at the top, and it goes down, congratulations. Not part of the Bitcoin family. Never sell. Okay? Never ever sell at a loss. Always hang on, because we already know we're at the end of the tunnel is where Bitcoin wins, and cryptocurrencies are going to be taking over much of the financial system moving forward. Okay? So if we have these short little blips, how I look at them now. It's just a good buying opportunity. Okay. So just throwing it out there. When I give it, I'm always looking at the long game. This is why I'm be horrible as a day trader, because I'm always looking long, not short. Day trading is all about doing that. Okay. So I'm just throwing it out there. I think that's our last thing for today. Is there anything else? No. Okay. Time for some non-Starbucks coffee. And we're getting into the chat today. Hi, Bitcoin likely to hit 52K bottom this week? Yeah. We don't even need cards for that. It's probably going to be going a little bit lower than where it had gone. I think there's going to be some more downswings and all that sort of thing in the next little while. Okay? This is normal behavior normally after a happening. If you haven't lived through a happening prior to this, this is normal behavior for the cryptocurrency market. Okay, and now we have other entities trying to scare you out of the cryptocurrency market so they can buy it all up. Because tomorrow's news, you're probably going to hear BlackRock bought a bunch of Bitcoin the other day at really cheap prices. Because everybody did the knee-jerk reaction, sold their Bitcoin, and BlackRock knows the game. Thank you. So hopefully you're in that camp where you have to change your thinking. Okay, you got to play the long game. Okay, so yes, don't even need cards for that. Okay, thank you for that question though. Image 1 would like to get a recent update on Velo. Will entry price of 0.017 be a realistic buy point, or will it just consolidate at current level? Velo. I haven't talked about them in a long time. Price-wise, I think that's the entry point for Velo, that you're already using your own abilities to figure it out, and you already did, and I'm just confirming what you're picking up is correct. We have to remember to use our own abilities as well. I'm just here to help you out. Okay? I want everybody to give me a reading. That'd be fun. But you picked it up pretty good, and it would be the perfect time to get in. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. For only a second, because you allow yourself to be. Do you think This is our bottom in the markets, around 58. I see 52, 53 for a little bit more pain, or however you want to look at it, for the next couple months. And then by end of summertime, it's probably going to bottle rocket up like crazy. This is the time to buy. Now, there's two things working against you. Okay, I know everybody's looking for the best price and all that sort of thing, but there's very little Bitcoin on the market. And I keep pointing this out to everybody. If you want to get the Bitcoin, you better get it now, because it's becoming very, very scarce. It's more scarce than gold now after this last happening. And the big entities are buying it up faster than it's being made. Okay? So always have that in mind when you're waiting for that low price. Okay? So if you want to get into the Bitcoin market, you might have to get in a little higher price. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Will Chainlink go down a little bit more too? Aha. Yeah, I do think they're going to be going down a little bit more in the next little while, since Bitcoin's moving around. It moves all the other altcoins around as well. There's going to be a whole lot of people buying into Chainlink because they know something's up with it. So now is probably the time to get into that. And you can wait a little bit more because not everybody's buying it, right? At the moment. And it's going to be at a good price in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Matt Jane still sees November, December stocks and crypto crash still because they want to mess with Trump. Well, that would be messing with Biden, not Trump. First of all, because it would be under Biden's watch. They can try to do. I know stock market is going to be crashing. Of course, stock and crypto are unfortunately hand in hand these days. So both will probably come down in probably that time. But after December, I think cryptocurrencies are going to be taken up in a big way. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. My Doge wallet could be connected to Twitter platform in the future. Do you see, what do the cards say? I think it is going to be something that I have covered this in the show. It's going to happen. Okay. It's just all the legal stuff that has to happen before that he can do that. Okay. That's the only thing holding him back, is all the legal procedure. Even though he's probably one of the richest people on the planet, he still has to play by some rules. And something like putting Doge into Twitter, or excuse me, X, he still has to follow some rules. And I don't see it happening for another 3 to 4 years. So it's going to get to that point where everybody's kind of forgotten about it. Oh, the paperwork came through. So it'll happen. It's just in its own time, and it won't be anytime soon. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. Be cool. But if you go to your Twitter or X for your own, you can actually put in wallet addresses for Bitcoin and Ethereum, I believe. Okay. Will Ron DeSantis run and win in 2028? I think he's going to be moving another direction. Even now, Trump was helping him out the other day with some things. I do think he's going to be headed in a different direction politically. There's going to be somebody else, a female I see, that's going to be coming into the spot. Okay? Thank you for that. Gummy coin is around 11 cents. I just had some gummies. Gummy worms. They're sugar-free. They're not bad. 11 cents, you say. Pump soon? Kind of. Depending on what Bitcoin does in the next little while. I think it's going to have a little bit of a pump in the next little while. 15, 16 cents I do see in the next little while. I do see it that in about 4 or 5 months time. Okay? Around that price. Okay? Thank you for that. Hi. Why would ETH be worth loads in the future when there are like 10 ETH-based cryptos left? You're asking, the Ethereum killers? Is that what you're talking about? Because everything's running off of ETH, and a whole lot more money is put into ETH in research and development. It is the chosen one for all the big players. Any of the other ones, not so much. So that is probably why ETH is probably going to be continued to be the second best coin. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hi from Poole, Dorset, UK. Hello. Pendle coin. Will the project succeed? No. There's going to be some things that are going to be happening where it's not going to be getting off the ground for whatever reason. There's going to be a lot of money coming into the coin, but for some reason it doesn't happen. It doesn't achieve liftoff in any significant way. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Max, ADA price by this bull run. I just saw $20. 20, 25 bucks, somewhere in there. It's going to be pretty good. They are coming back in a big way. There's some speculation that they may not be lasting as long as they want to, or everybody wants it to, because of people not really using it as much as many of the other cryptocurrencies. But I think they're going to be turning that around in the next couple of years. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre and Yvonne. 3 cards, please, for Super till end of 2024. I guess Super is a crypto?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think so.
We think so.
Okay.
Whatever it is, let's do some cards for it. Health isn't too good. The price is okay. It's ready to run, but it's going to be held back for whatever reason. Could be some type of internal situation within the Super coin. But the people are ready to go, and there's something stopping it from actually blasting off to new all-time high. And for some reason, I don't think it's going to catch on for a lot of people. Okay? So it might be one of these cryptocurrencies that's going to be here today, gone tomorrow, kind of like Sky Coin was back in the day, Red Coin, pot coin, which was a Canadian coin, which is one that just disappeared. I think it's going to be one of those. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Electronium. Haven't heard about them in a long time. Are they still around? Apparently. I think I used to have their app on my phone for a while and really lost interest of it over time. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be doing it all that much in the next little while. They're going to have to revamp everything behind the scenes and all that sort of thing to really be a viable option for everyone. I think there's a whole lot of newer coins like this, and I think they're going to be taking over the market. I think the buzz around Electronium is kind of gone. The sparkle is gone for Electronium for the foreseeable future. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Do I see Doge at 10 US cents or 6 US cents bottom? What do you think? See what Batman comes out with. You're kind of picking it up, and this is what you're kind of wishing. Or is it something that you're wishing to happen? Or are you picking it up? And I think you're picking it up. It's probably going to be 10, somewhere between 10 and 6. Yeah, Batman says 10. Helping you to use your own abilities, which is not a bad thing to do, right? So there you go, 10 US cents. Hi, new USA law can't talk bad or quote Bible to people of Israel. Yeah, they're really clamping down on free speech on especially YouTube. That's why we have our Rumble channel. Not saying that we're going to be bad-mouthing anybody, but you got to walk on eggshells when you're on YouTube. So that's why we have the Rumble channel. Yeah, it's going to go off. They're going to be putting it to law, but I think when Trump comes in, it's going to be get out of here with that stupidity. And getting back to normacy. And of course, it always tells you who's actually in power of everything or in charge of everything. It's always the people that you can't comment on in any way. Okay? Just food for thought. Thank you. Why so much FUD on crypto right now? It's not cryptos themselves. It's more of what the exchanges or the Federal Reserve and all that was doing because of the Japanese yen was in a state where it could, because it's all over the place right now, the Japanese yen, and they're the biggest buyer of U.S. bonds, and they were thinking of selling those bonds, okay? Because they're one of the largest buyers of debt for the U.S., would crumble the U.S. economy, okay? And of course, cryptocurrency gets in the mix, and everybody got afraid and went bananas. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. No ETH later, a few cryptos left. What's he asking?
Well, this is regarding the ETH workloads in the future, when there's only a couple cryptos left. You know, the ETH question.
Yeah, maybe rephrase. I'm thinking that Ethereum is going to be around for a while. We all know it's going to be part of the new system moving out. Many of the other ETH-like projects that are out there will probably go away. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. We're the ETH killer. You know how many times I've heard that? Should we buy now, or it's up to you. I'd be buying right now because of the shortage of Bitcoin. And the prices are pretty decent. This guy at work, I have this guy who works in the office, and he's always crying about the price of Bitcoin or cryptos. And his name's Meninder. I go, when Meninder cries, I go buying my crypto. So when you're crying, I'm buying. And that's just the way it is. Okay, so it's time to buy. Hi, can I read for you? But I will cost 15 Solana, same as Samantha Jane. What is Solana at 200 some odd bucks?
I don't know.
Something like that. Sure. What is that? What she charges? Go back one. My goodness. I wonder how much that would. That'd be like 500 bucks, something like that. Let's not get silly out there. Thank you. I didn't know what she charged. Well, when will Shiba burn trillions? It's going to take a long time. It's going to be in the amount of years, maybe even decades, to get through that amount of burning the trillions. So yeah, it's going to be a long time. Okay. Hi, Andre. Thanks for the response to the last show. My last portfolio adjustment was to exchange SNX for Link. Does it make sense for a better result in early 2025? I see Link at 130 bucks. Yeah, it does make sense. There's a lot of things that are going to be going on for Link in the next little while. Okay, thank you for that. Axlar. Where do they come up with these names? We're gonna make a new coin. We'll call it Axlar. Sounds like a pet Doctor Who villain. I'm Axlar. Haha. Stop. Place this stop. So. Whatever this is, I get that feeling like stay away. There's going to be some things happening behind the scene that it's not palatable. Okay? Just buy Bitcoin. It's much better. Okay? Thank you for that. Can you see what state I will live in, say, 5 years from now?
Virginia.
Virginia?
I have no idea where that is.
Tennessee. Okay. Well, that is the top thing that came to mind. So Tennessee, and you were, what was that?
Virginia.
Virginia. Who's right? Mm-hmm. In the next 5 years, you might want to go to one of those places.
What was he thinking?
What were you thinking? Fifth? Oh. Okay. Those are your two choices. John Smith. Andre, for fun, which country will win the Eurovision Song Contest next week? Final on 11th May, please. Never. Don't know what Eurovision Song Contest is.
Or who's running?
Or who's running. I see the color green. Green jersey. What does the wife see? If they have shirt.
Eurovision.
Whoever wears green.
I see the set being blue and black and purple.
Blue, black, and purple.
Yeah, they're wearing a dark color. I don't know.
They're wearing a dark color. So green could be a dark green or a dark color. Okay? Whatever that is, look it up. Get back to us. When will it all stabilize, become pointless to take profits? What's pointless to take profits now? Because you should be playing the long game. When you cash your Bitcoin into dollars, you're losing value as soon as you do that. If you need, think of it as a savings account. Okay? Mark Yuso, I saw a video about him today. Think of your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrencies as a savings account. And when do you spend your savings account? When you need to buy something big, right? That's how we think of ours. It's a savings account. When there's a big bill or something that we need some extra cash, then don't cash it all out. It's silly. But if you do need it, it's there. It's your savings account. Think of the long game, and you'll be very, very wealthy. Okay? Thank you. Will HBAR become like Ethereum? I think they kind of do the same job. It's a pretty good cryptocurrency overall, and I do think it's going to be in there. It's probably more of the mutual funds and all that sort of thing in the future. Okay, so yeah. Huh. I guess West Virginia, Tennessee, or North Carolina. My guess. Were you even close?
Well, I said Virginia, you said Tennessee.
There you go. Go with your instincts. It could be a bit of a situation where you might be going between two of them for business. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Are you seeing Bitcoin as a reserve currency? It's going to be one of many. I think it's going to be pairing up with many of the currencies that are going to be coming out of the BRICS nations. And it's going to be used for trade between countries. It already is. Okay. And yeah, it's going to be a reserve currency. US dollar will still be somewhere, but it's going to be one that is preferred by different countries to do trade. Okay, and so another reason to keep a hold of your Bitcoin. Okay, thank you for that. Oh, Eurovision is a soccer finals. Everyone in the world is watching except North America. We don't watch soccer. So. How's our new carbon tax bill? Well, it's not new. And you spelled A wrong. Yeah, it's fun. I do think it's going to be abolished in the next little while because of outpour of truckers and all that sort of thing going against the carbon tax bullshit. Okay, I think it's going to have to You're going to need the truckers again to do their thing, and the farmers, and get rid of that crap. Okay? Thank you for that. It's EH. A.
That's the last question.
That's the last question for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hopefully, you had a good time working our psychic abilities and all that wonderful stuff. Remember, you're all psychic. Every single one of you. You're only as psychic as you allow yourself to be. Okay? So, with that said, make sure you like. Oh, I got a whole rigmarole to do first before I do that. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure to go to secondreadingsbyandrew.com on the page here. If you like personal healing with my wonderful Reiki master wife with her super duper touch, that information is on secondreadingsbyandrew.com. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, we have the Trezor cold storage wallet for sale on our website as well. Just a reminder, because there's people pretending to be me. I guess I'm famous enough. If it's not on our website, it's not us. Okay? If they're trying to sell you something, beware. Okay? So with that said, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.